Dixie Mafia. This wasn't your classic mob family, it was a loose, cash-driven network of southern criminals that popped up in the late 1960s, centered in Biloxi, Mississippi. There was no godfather calling the shots. Whoever made the most money held the most sway. The only real rule? Don't snitch. They operated across Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, and Florida, mostly in small towns where the law was underfunded or outright corrupt. Their operations covered everything from burglary and gambling to arson, auto theft, drug running, and contract hits. They didn't just commit crimes, they sold stolen goods, torched buildings for cash, and handled murder for hire jobs like it was just business. One of their biggest scams was the Lonely Hearts Makambisai scheme. Conmen inside Angola prison used personal ads to scam vulnerable people out of thousands. That whole thing was run by Kirksey Nix Jr., a major figure who orchestrated murders while locked up, including the hit on Judge Vincent Sherry and his wife. Biloxi Mayor Pete Halla even got convicted for helping him. Mike Gillich Jr. was another key player. He ran motels and strip clubs, acted as the mob's banker, and kept operations moving. The FBI even labeled the Harrison County Sheriff's Office a criminal enterprise. This group thrived by moving fast, staying decentralized, and working both inside and outside prison walls. Indian Mafia. D Company started in the 1970s in Mumbai, founded by Shabir and Dawood Ibrahim Kaskar. After Shabir was killed in 1981 by rival Pathan gangsters, Dawood took full control and built it into a global crime empire. From smuggling gold and silver to running international drug pipelines and arms deals, D Company dominated Mumbai's underworld before going international. Dawood's closest lieutenant, Chota Shakil, handled everything from heroin to diamonds and ran global operations, often with reported support from Pakistani intelligence. Other key players like Tiger and Yaqub Memon, Abu Salem and Fazlur Rahman handled Bollywood extortion, financial scams, and coordinated bombings. The group's turning point came in 1993 with the coordinated bombings in Mumbai that killed over 250 people. That attack forced Dawood into exile, first Dubai, then reportedly Karachi, while India and the US designated him a terrorist. The gang ran rackets in Bollywood, trafficking, hawala networks, and contract killings. Salem even extorted producers and was tied to the murder of music mogul Gulshan Kumar. Meanwhile, Dawood's feud with former ally Chota Rajan sparked a bloody gang war, killing over 100. Today, D Company still operates from overseas, running operations across Asia, Europe, and Africa, powered by trafficking, alliances with terror groups, and deep financial networks. Cambodian Organized Crime. Cambodia's underworld isn't built like a classic mafia. It's a messy hybrid network that mixes scam centers, trafficking rings, and state-backed corruption. It started attracting international groups, especially Chinese triads, in the 2000s, drawn by weak law enforcement and deep political ties. By the 2010s, wealthy tycoons were blurring the lines between legal business and full-blown criminal enterprise. Today's crime centers around Chinese-run scam compounds. These are high-tech forced labor sites where trafficked workers, mostly from Vietnam, Indonesia, China, and Korea, are trapped into running romance scams and crypto frauds known as pig butchery. The biggest crackdown in mid-2025 saw over 2,400 arrests and deportations. Cambodian gangs run extortion rackets and handle violence inside and outside these scam hubs. They've been linked to kidnapping, armed trafficking, and drug routes connected to Myanmar and Thailand. Guns flow in from the border, often with the help of corrupt officials. Drug transit is booming through Golden Triangle networks, while prostitution and forced labor feed profits across Southeast Asia. The structure is decentralized but connected. Chinese syndicates and local gangs overlap constantly, and because police and politicians are often involved or bribed, operations run with near impunity. Scam centers aren't just tolerated, they're protected. Cambodia has become a major bridge between old-school rackets and new-age cybercrime. Redway. This isn't your average mafia, it's a militarized drug syndicate embedded in the United Wa State Army, a 20 to 30,000 strong ethnic Wuo militia based in Shan State, Myanmar. The Red Wuo emerged in 1989 after the Communist Party of Burma collapsed, transforming into both a political force and a criminal powerhouse. They don't separate military and crime. Bao Yuxiang leads both the UWSA and the Red Wa, using the same chain of command. Their stronghold is practically its own country, complete with border checkpoints, ceasefire agreements, and alleged support from China. Inside that zone, they run one of the world's largest methamphetamine operations, especially Yaba pills, and still operate massive opium facilities from their heroin days. They export drugs across Thailand, Laos, and deep into international routes. Their labs are guarded by their own troops, and the entire area runs as a drug industrial complex. They're also deep into arms trafficking, extortion, hijacking, and even counterfeit goods. When needed, they use kidnapping and murder to protect revenue streams. What sets them apart is political insulation. The Tatmadaw leaves them alone, and Chinese support provides more than just weapons, it's protection. In 2023, they even helped arrest over 1,000 Chinese cybercriminals operating scams in Waray-Waray territory. The Red WA's mix of militia, cartel, and political statehood makes them one of Asia's most dangerous and untouchable organized crime syndicates. Filipino Organized Crime. It's a chaotic web of clan-based militias, prison syndicates, and regional gangs, all shaped by corruption, political ties, and raw street power. Kuratong Baleleng started in 1986 as an anti-communist militia in Mindanao, but morphed into a deadly criminal syndicate tied to the Parigino political clan. They've been involved in everything from drug trafficking and extortion to contract killings and prostitution. Their 1995 shootout with police became infamous, and some members later held office, blending politics with crime. Waray-Waray gangs hail from Leyte and Samar, defined by their ethnicity and brutality. Known for kidnapping, robbery, and military-grade firepower, they've been linked to the 2008 Parañaque massacre and split into factions like the Martillo gang and Waray Ozamis. They're more loosely organized, but incredibly violent. Bahala Na Gang, BNG, was born in Manila's jails in the 1940s and grew into a dominant force inside and outside prison walls. They've pushed drugs and weapons, committed murder, and even extended into Los Angeles and San Francisco. They're still a factor today, with members arrested during Duterte's drug war. Sige Sige Sputnik is another prison gang, founded in Manila in the 1960s. Known for tattoos and a militarized code of conduct, they operate both behind bars and in the streets. Their members were involved in the deadly 2020-21 Bilibid prison riots. Other notable groups include the Boodle Boodle Gang, a scam ring, Dugo Dugo Gang, phone fraud, Salisi Gang, distraction thefts, and the Zesto Gang, among others. Most of these are small but effective, thriving off cons, robbery, and street-level intimidation. What makes Filipino organized crime unique is its fusion of politics and crime. Gangs like Kuratong and BNG aren't just thugs, they're embedded in governance, with some leaders even elected. Many groups operate out of prisons, or are regionally defined, and crime spikes during election seasons when political protection ramps up. Recently, in 2024, a massive pig butchering crypto scam ring operated openly in Bamban under a mayor's protection, showcasing how deeply these syndicates can burrow into local government. In the Philippines, the line between mafia, militia, and mayor is thin, making organized crime harder to pin down and much harder to dismantle. Congrats on making it to the end. If you like this video, please show your support by hitting the like and subscribe button.